This is a video for AQA Further Pure Mathematics, Algebra and Graphs section 5.2, which is looking at multiple transformations of conics. So consider then a parabola which has got equation y squared equals 4x. This is a standard parabola. This is it on the diagram. And we want to know what the equation of the curve is when the parabola is firstly reflected in the line y equals minus x and then translated by the vector negative 2, 3. So to do this, what we need to do is to perform both of these transformations, but in that specific order. So we must make sure that first of all we do the reflection in y equals minus x. Well, to do that, remember that x will transform onto minus y and y will transform to minus x, and therefore y squared equals 4x becomes minus x squared is equal to 4 multiplied by negative y. So if we then rearrange that, we get x squared is minus 4y, or y is equal to minus of x squared over 4. So that then gives us the equation of the parabola when it has been reflected in the line y equals minus x. To do the translation by negative 2, 3, then x will map onto x plus 2 and y will map onto y minus 3. So that the new equation will be y minus 3 is equal to minus of x plus 2 all squared divided by 4. And if you rearrange that, well, we can say that y minus 3 is equal to minus of x squared plus 4x plus 4 in a bracket divided by 4, and therefore we get that y is equal to minus x squared over 4 minus x, and then we've got minus of 4 over 4, which is minus 1, but plus 3, so in total plus 2. So our final equation is y equals minus x squared over 4 minus x plus 2. So here, just going through it very quickly again then, we had that x mapped onto minus y and y mapped onto negative x when we did a translation in the line y equals minus x, which gave this equation y equals minus x squared over 4. We can see it on the diagram here. This is y is equal to minus x squared over 4. You'd recognize that from your previous work. You can see that it's negative x squared in shape and going through negative 4 and 4, so that is the reflection. And also if we draw in the line y equals minus x, you can see that the blue curve has been definitely reflected in that line. The translation, then remember that if we're translating by the vector negative 2, 3, then x goes onto x plus 2 and y maps onto y minus 3. So substituting those into the first equation that we got from the translation, from the reflection, beg your pardon, then produces this new equation as the translation. And that's given by the red curve here. Now, it's vitally important that you get the order correct. So if you're asked to do the reflection and then a translation, you must make sure that you perform these transformations in that order. It will be a completely different equation in general if you were to do the transformations in the other order. Remember, this is basically the same as when you multiply matrices. that A multiplied by B is not necessarily going to be the same as B multiplied by A. Or when you look at composite functions, the function fg is not going to be the same as the function gf in general. So the order of applying the transformations is very important. However, to work out the result after multiple transformations, just simply apply the standard results for each of the transformations in turn. Well, that's the end of this particular video, and in the next one we'll be looking at polar curves and how we find areas with polar curves.